Well, hello there. It's time for another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Today on Drew's Book Reviews, we are going to be talking about The Lady of the Lake by Andrzej Sapowski. This is the next episode of Witcher Book Reviews. Stay tuned. Well, good morning, and welcome to Drew's Book Reviews. Today, we get to talk about another Witcher book by Andrzej Sapowski. So we are talking about The Lady of the Lake by Andrzej Sapowski. So, as I mentioned with my Tower of Swallows review, I thought that book set up the Lady of the Lake concept for the next book quite well, and I said I kind of got an inkling of what that book might be about for the Lady of the Lake. I have to say that I was right as far as my inkling and idea of what might be coming up. So as the title of the book suggests, The Lady of the Lake, it's all about the Lady of the Lake. And of course, the Lady of the Lake is Princess Cirilla of Cintra. She's not really the Princess of Cintra anymore. She has basically, if you've read the previous books, know that she has been trained as a Witcher girl and she's been on the run. Of course, everybody's after her. The Nilfgaardians are after her. The Nilfgaardian Emperor wants to take her as his wife. And of course, we actually learned a little bit in this book about the true lineage of Cirilla of Cintra and who her parentage is and where she comes from. She has been trapped in her destiny, so to speak, and everybody's after her. They all want a piece of her and her destiny. She is a child of fate, essentially, and she of course has found herself with the inability to actually control her destiny. Everybody's literally wanting a piece of her. They all want to her to bear their child to carry on some destiny fate, so she's lost all control. And of course, she had found herself trapped from the Tower of Swallow. So if you haven't read the previous books, this might be a bit of a spoiler for that, so just want to put that out there so that you know now before I continue on. Alright, I'll give you a moment to move off if you don't want a spoiler. Okay, anyway, as we kind of learned from previous books, she had been transported to another alternate realm in the Tower of Swallow. There she was held captive and trapped by these basically elves from another world or another realm. Because even they were wanting her to bear their child as part of this child of destiny and fate that's going on here. While she's there, she discovers her true power. So she has power to jump between realms and worlds and time. So a large part of this book, or a good chunk of it at least, deals with her jumping between worlds and realms and time, trying to get herself back home to where her family is, essentially. So her family being, of course, Geralt of Rivia and the witch Yennefer, who have basically become her surrogate parents. As we learned from earlier books, when her entire world and kingdom was destroyed, conquered, her family's dead. Ciri really is this tragic character who has been through a lot and dealt with a lot of really bad stuff in her life. She fell from being like top of the royalty to, you know, highborn lady, essentially, down to basically this orphan who for a time actually lived on the streets, was part of a gang, had to learn to protect and defend herself. We learn about her destiny as well and how everybody in the world is trying to tug at her and take control of her. So she is essentially this very tragic character in that sense, which kind of makes her a really good character for me, at least. I really kind of enjoy those tragic characters. One of the reasons why classics like The Phantom of the Opera is such a great story is because of the tragic character that is the Phantom. So Ciri is also a tragic character. Now, I'm not trying to compare Siri to the Phantom. You just can't do that. But the idea of the tragic character where everything has been taken from them and their life has just been, well, shit, essentially. Those kind of characters, they definitely have that aspect to them that really kind of draws you in and makes you feel for them. So Geralt and Yennefer essentially do take a bit of a side role in this book. There is their storyline about what's happening to them and them trying to find Ciri and to eventually be reunited. So there definitely is that, but overall the story is really focused on Princess Cirilla. Now, there are some aspects of this that I didn't really enjoy. About the last chapter essentially was honestly could have been just left out of the book altogether, I thought. Definitely it's nice that they were all reunited in the end. Sorry to put a spoiler warning, but I think I mentioned spoilers early, so we're good. Anyway, while that did happen, which was great and awesome and all that kind of stuff, I really think it could have ended a chapter earlier in this book and maybe saved some of the events in the last chapter for the next book maybe. It definitely could have brought it all together at the end without even having that last bit in there, which certainly I don't think would have made much of a difference to the overall story, its completion, its arc, or anything at all like that. So that's kind of an aspect there that I just thought was, okay, not the greatest, right? But overall, I am enjoying the Witcher series as a whole. The Witcher series is a really great story overall. The writing style, not that exciting at times. It does come across as a little bit, I guess blander is the best way to put it. Not sure it's the right word. Just because the style on which it's writing isn't the greatest in my opinion. It's not my flair, I guess is the best way to put it, and some people do like it. So, you know, it doesn't mean that it's bad writing style or anything like that. It's just for me, the way in which the story is told isn't the most exciting. It's not what I typically enjoy, that kind of writing in the fantasy. It's very just kind of relaying information type of way, I guess. And then this happened, that kind of thing. But still, a lot of fun and entertaining read nonetheless. Like, it's not absolutely terrible writing. I want to emphasize that. I do enjoy it. So I'm going to be, of course, continuing on with the Witcher series of books. I'll definitely get to the last one shortly here. So definitely stay tuned for that. Those are just some of my thoughts on The Witcher overall and the book series as a whole. And definitely worthwhile reading, especially if you're kind of enjoying that fairy tale fantasy type stuff. That definitely would make it worthwhile. I certainly have been enjoying The Witcher. On Goodreads, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, mainly because I rounded up. I thought it would more like a 3.6, 3.7, but you can't really do a point star or partial star on Goodreads. So I didn't do a 3 because it is definitely over halfway to 4. So rounded that to 4 on Goodreads. Again, thank you so much for watching. I am definitely enjoying the Witcher series, and I hope you're enjoying these reviews. If you are, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And of course, links to all my social media platforms for Drew's Book Reviews will be linked below. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Don't forget to like and join me over there. I'm mostly active on Twitter and Instagram. But otherwise, and of course, Goodreads. Definitely follow me on Goodreads. Add me as a friend on Goodreads if you haven't already. The link to my Goodreads profile will be in the description below as well. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. And we will, of course, see you next time on the next episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Until then, keep on reading. Bye.